Yeah, I feel like one of the biggest gripes, I guess, fans have with the AVP is they're like, well, it's not marketed at all. And you're super good at marketing.
Oh, thanks.
What do you think we, as a volleyball whole, how can we get better at getting our sport out there so people just know and understand what's happening?
Yeah. I think what's going to be important in the future is being able to market within the cities that we are coming to, because I think a lot of it is obviously social media marketing right now, and the athletes help promote, share stuff, yada yada. And so I think that's going to be really important. I also think that if there's a way, I forget who I was talking to about this one time, but if you think about every other successful sport, there's something bigger that you can do in the sport other than win a gold medal. So until there's something in our sport that you can do that's bigger than, more important or more valuable than a gold medal at the Olympics, I don't know, like it's going to take more for our sport to get there. Yeah. Otherwise, we're just like a gymnastics or swimming where people love it if it's Olympics, but otherwise they don't care about it. So it's like it'd be something like a world champs, right? Yes. That would maybe come to the U.S. so that people in the U.S. become aware of it. And it's something that happens just like a major or a grand slam. It happens on the same weekend at the same location every year. And I know the AVP tried to do that the past couple years with like Gold Series events, like with Atlanta, yada yada.
They didn't execute on it though.
No,
because the championship didn't mean anything.
Right.
They created a championship and it was like, I won the championship. Right. And everyone's like, what'd you win? You were the champion? I'm like, no, I'm actually not the champion of the whole year. The champion in my book is the team of the year.
Right.
So, but the league does actually have the opportunity to do that now, right?
Exactly.
They get to crown a champion. And the league, AVP, give a good trophy. Something that's like worthy, You're like, how many of these do you have? Can't be a little AYSO trophy.
Right, yeah.
Because it should be like legacy building. You win one of these, like you're going down the history of the sport. Like ring, maybe a ring.
Or like what do they give in Stad? The
cowbells.
The cowbells.
Yeah, cowbell.
I love it when they do local trophies.
Yeah, but we don't need a local trophy for the championship.
Yeah.
Championship needs to be something that goes on someone's mantle forever. Or a ring. Ring would be dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of, what are the most iconic trophies in sports? You got the green jacket for the Masters, Stanley Cup, Lombardi Trophy.
All have amazing ones.
Yeah.
NFL has that football on the top of the silver.
Yeah,
it's not even that
the college
cool.
football,
No,
the crystal one
has one.
Yeah.
No, the NFL one.
The Lombardi Trophy.
The glass one?
The Lombardi. No,
it's metal.
Pure silver.
Yeah.
It's really simple, not that cool even, but like it's just consistently been the thing that people hoist up in that moment. So everyone like
it when you see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know it when you see it.
Yeah.
Stanley Cup is insane, right?
Yeah.
You get your name on the WSL. It's like a wood base with a big metal bowl, and every winner's name is engraved in the middle of it.
What's the dream trophy? You win the AVP championships.
I think rings are dope.
Rings are dope.
But man, I don't think
ring could be in a combination with something.
It's only four rings you need to make every year.
Yeah, because everyone gets a Super Bowl ring, like plus you get the trophy.
Spend $2,000 on each ring.
Right.
You could spend $8,000 on each trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is this like one of those annual trophies that if you lose it, you got to give it away, like
maybe
the Super
just
Bowl?
Like a straight, like golden volleyball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On a.
What do you think, G?
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, I like that idea, though. But it's got to have some sort of meaning. And you look at every successful docu-series sports or series that have come out recently, right? And the story makes sense, and people buy into the story because it's something that they're working towards, some sort of big thing at the end.
There's a build.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's what our sport needs is, yes, okay, if we are doing the league aspect and we go into these different cities and we get drafted and the whole year is which city is going to win, I think that's an interesting story that could be hyped up and told and that athletes could get behind. And, and I do think that the value of having cities that you're representing is going to generate more of a fan base. But like I said, it's going to be important to market within those cities so people living there can even be aware of it in the first place. Mm-hmm. But then it's, look at Eric. Eric is born and raised in the South Bay. He's diehard Dodgers, diehard Lakers, diehard Kings, even though he doesn't even keep up with it. Yeah. But that's because he's LA all the way.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Do you think the league could or should get to a point where you're on the Smash? Should you live in San Diego?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, just
San Diego, you don't have to.
Yeah.
You drive down every day.
Yeah.
People do train.
Or should you be based where your team is?
I think, you know what, I think if there is a way in the future where, because obviously I think having 8 teams is awesome for right now, but in the big scheme of things, there's so many good teams out there that are just as deserving, to be a part of something like this. I think if they did college format where they had 3 to 5 teams per city, and then you did city duels,
that'd be sick.
I think that could be a way where maybe, you were required to go train a little bit in whichever city you're a part of, because then you'd have a training group to be a part of, just like a university, whatever. So I think maybe that would be down the future. I don't know, when there's more money behind it, more teams they could be able to pay, but
it's probably not. It's just not necessary, at least quite yet.
Yeah.
I think what's important, at least in the near future, and they've talked about doing it, I don't know if they're there yet. Literally, this is the beginning this week. But send the players out early. Do the St. John Smith and what those guys used to do, where they go out early and mingle with the community. You don't have to be there the whole time. If people aren't watching your training, then it doesn't matter where the heck you are. But send them out early to go do some meet and greets or certain events. They're signing autographs at the local whatever, a party the week before. Make them go do a party. Pay them a little bit.
Or even if we had the events, if they'd done it Friday and Saturday, we could have stayed Saturday to mingle with fans, whatnot.
Yeah, I still always go back to that New Orleans. I'll remember it forever. Because that rain, the main draw was delayed pretty late the next day. So I went out to go watch, and it was just everyone was training, because that was when the actual playing courts were on Lake Pontchartrain, and everyone trained at Coconut. And so they were just playing, and it was Todd and Robbie Page, Phil and Rosie and Casey and Jake. And they just invited everyone who was watching to play King of the Court.
Cool.
And I thought that was the coolest thing. And I got to sit there, and I blocked once for Ty Tremblay. Then I loved him, and I played. And I was playing with JD, and he skyballed Casey, and Casey talked shit to him. He's like, that's the worst skyball I've ever seen. I remember this 10 years later.
Wow.
Easy for the players to do.
Yeah.
Easy for the league to set up, but life-lasting memories in the fans' heads.
Totally.
And that's your team too. That's not you never really became a fan of Casey or Jake or Phil or specifically, maybe if you had a personal connection, but if that was your city and they came to you and did that, you're fully on board.
Plus, we're only playing 2 matches, which are best 2 out of 3 to 15. So physicality wise,
most of the time we're resting, right?
Totally, yeah. We'd be okay to do a little extra if that meant making some memories for people.
And ideally, it's a legit business that we're trying to build to where you can afford to pay the players a little bit to go do these things because it's worth it, right?
Yeah.
Which I think it sounds like the way they're talking is this is all ideas and in the works. They just can't execute it all right now.
Right.
Yeah. It's a lot of new and moving pieces.
For sure.
Yeah.